Hey, we're walking over to the Java Cup to get started with our video, our financial clipboard video of the day. And here's the Java Cup right here on Pleasant Street in Claremont, New Hampshire.
Hi, my name is LaPlume. I'm the president of Sensible Mortgage Solutions, also known as the Mortgage Guy here in Claremont, New Hampshire. And I wanted to thank the Java Cup here on Pleasant Street in Claremont for inviting us in to do a quick educational video on using other people's money. We're going to be talking about that, and actually we've been covering the topic on our Facebook page, on Twitter, and on our website, in our blog, as far as how having credit card balances, that's how we led into this, having credit card balances that were above 49% of the limit affecting your credit scores. So I'm going to go right into that. Again, we want to thank the Java Cup, and let's talk about the credit cards first. Credit card balances compared to their limits make up 30% of your credit score. A lot of people don't understand that. So if you borrow more than 49% of the limit of your credit card, so you borrow more than, let's say, $500 on a $1,000 credit card, your scores are going to get zapped by as much as 25 points per card even. So that's incredible, not to mention the incredible interest rates that you're paying on credit card. When you're paying those interest rates, I don't know if you actually understand or even know the interest rates that you're paying, but I'd like you to go and sit down first, look at your credit card statements and say, all right, well, what are my rates? So I do hope you're sitting down, but when you see those rates, you may be astonished because many of them are over 30% in some cases these days, which is pretty scary. And also look at the finance charge, right, to see how much those banks are charging you per month and how little is actually going towards your principal balance to pay down what you borrowed. So please watch for that. If you've ever wondered why banks typically have the biggest buildings in the city, that's why. Because guess what? You're paying for them. Is that what you want to do? So how can you turn the tables? That's what this video is all about. Well, all credit cards, or almost all credit cards, have a grace period. So the first thing you have to do is find out what the rules are on that grace period. Some of them have a grace period of 25 days or 30 days. And what a grace period really is it's a chance for you to use their money for 25 days or 30 days at no interest. But there's rules that the credit card companies impose that you must follow, otherwise, guess what, you're paying interest. And one big rule that they use is the fact that you have a balance at the start of the month. Okay? So if you've got a balance of, it could be $10, it could be $1,000 or $10,000 on the credit card, you don't have a grace period this month. Alright? So what you want to do is you want to call your credit card companies, you want to ask them, hey, what are the rules for my grace period? And call all of your cards, find that out. And also, while you're talking to them, ask them to reduce your interest rates. Some of them will. You might be surprised. It is worth the call. But find out what those grace periods are. Because what you're going to do is, once you have access to that grace period, you're going to be able to use their money for that 25 to 30 days without paying interest. And you can use it for anything, whether you're paying for your gas, for your groceries, or whatever. And why would you want to do that? Well, think about this. You get paid, you take that money that you get paid, you pop it into your checking account or your savings account, you're earning interest on that money. Well, that's great that you're earning interest, but you're earning interest at a very small amount. If you're paying out interest at a much higher amount to the credit card companies, you're actually falling behind. Look at it the other way. If you can use their money for 25 to 30 days and not pay anything, but now they're going to allow you to use that without paying anything, but you're leaving your money in a separate account that's earning interest, you're making money and not paying on anything. Now you're getting ahead. And that's the name of the game. That's how people get wealthy, not just feed a credit card company or a bank and help them to pay for their buildings. So for you, what we want you to do first, check out those credit card statements. Make sure you're sitting down when you do. Find out how much you're paying on interest. Second, once you know that, call them. Find out what your grace period is. Find out what the rules are for that grace period and start to use it. All right? If you have credit cards with a large balance and you've got to get the balance down to zero, what a lot of people tend to do is pay a little bit on each card, maybe on their loan, their auto loan, or their credit card, or their their mortgage. They pay a little bit on each one every month to get it paid off. Stop doing it. Just plain stop doing that. Take all the extra that you would have paid on each of those cards and pay them all on one item, on one card. Pick the card preferably with the highest interest rate and the lowest balance, and that's the one you want to pay off first. Nail it down and then start using their grace period. Okay? And then focus on the next card. Focus on the next card. Do credit cards, or you do auto loans or student loans or mortgages, because credit cards adjust, and they adjust rapidly. They can adjust next month, whereas a mortgage typically is fixed for a period of time, if not the whole time. Same thing with student loans and auto loans. So credit cards are the killer. We want to be using their money rather than them using our money. So this is Don LaPlume from Sensible Mortgage Solutions, sitting here in the Java Cup restaurant on Pleasant Street in Claremont, saying thank you for listening in, and follow us on Facebook at Sensible Mortgage Solutions. You can follow us on Twitter at DLaPlume, and you can follow us on the web at www.mysensibleloan.com. Have a wonderful day and spend well.
Cheers. Thank you.